Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 4 of Marvel's Iron Man from Fanhome. This issue, we are building this bit. I've got the rest of him out already, ready to go, but at the moment, today, we are building this bit, the arc reactor, the central part of his body. So we have another tray of parts which look lovely. I mean, there's not much to it. It's a red bucket with a silver bit. But yeah, the detail is fine. It's not great. There's some designing on there, but other than that, it does what it needs to do by the looks of it. It looks like we've got a clear ring and a diffuser, and some obviously other parts that we'll be finding out what they do. No magnets today. No magnets. I'm a little bit sad because I like the magnets, but we'll see how it goes. I'll get this taken apart and into arrangements to be built, but let's first of all have a look through here. We're talking about arch enemies, a constant fight. Is that the name of him? What? I don't know. I really need to start reading some of these backstories, but yeah. I don't know any of these people. I only know the films. I've read a couple of the comics, but not deep. So I shall get the parts ready. I'll get the picture ready to go, and we'll see what we're doing when we're building this. Right. The parts, as I say, they're quite nice. There's a little bit of detail on there. Enough, I should think. With the light coming through, it's going to look good. The only metal part today is the large surround, and obviously some wiring and things, which, yeah, we've got the button to turn it on and off. Space for the battery, which I have the last battery that they supplied last time. But on with the build. First of all, we are fitting the little silver bit inside the big silver bit. It looks like it will go in only in one way because there's a little pin, actually two little pins, but it doesn't matter which way up it goes by the looks of it. It's going to go in there. Actually, it does matter which way around it goes because it'll only go one way. Well, I hope it'll go that way because it didn't go the other way. No, that's not going in that way either. Right, let me have a look and see why that is. Have I got the right bits? Let me have another look at the instruction manual there. In a plastic ring, in background, snap it in place using the two small pins. So, unless it's that way up, which I can't believe, it would seem that it doesn't quite line up and fit. No, there is definitely differences to one side or the other, so I've just got to get it the right way round. Let's have a look, see if the picture gives me any indication at all. It really doesn't, because it doesn't tell me which way around that's going to be. Right, let's have a look. If that lines up there, then that lines up all on that side, but that side sort of doesn't. So let's rotate it around. Then that side sort of doesn't. But that side sort of does. Right, there's something not right with the moulding on that. This side is equal, this side is not. It's shifted over to one side, and it looks like it should be equal. I'm going to have a look ahead and see what I can find out about that, but it looks like they might have moulded that piece a little bit wrong. Okay, it turns out they didn't do it wrong. I'm an idiot. I was trying to put it in upside down. Having a closer look at the instructions, I was thinking that the sort of bits around here were detail parts. They're not. It goes in that way around and fits in lovely because they are supposed to be offset probably, so you can't get it wrong like I can because I'm an idiot. So yes, that adds that little interior detail to that, which is good. Then we are adding the main diffuser piece, which again is not even. The holes are offset slightly because that's how it has to be. So let's see, we can only get that in one way round, so let's see which way round we're going to be getting that. They're going to go over there, and that doesn't line up, so we'll turn it around, and then it does. Cool. So that goes on there like that, and gives us the nice inner setting there. And then we're using two 8M screws to hold it in place, top and bottom. Let's get two of those out. There we go. One in a little bit. Another one in a little bit, make sure everything lines up properly, which it does. Good. Then we can continue to tighten them down. It seems on this build that the screws all need to be tightened down quite firmly. When you're going into metal, it's obviously not really a problem. When you're going into the plastic, it might strip, so be careful, but not too careful. So that goes on there. That looks good to me. Then we are getting the battery case and the screen. So we're getting that, and that. Now, what I'm going to do before we do any of this is test it to make sure it works. So I shall use the battery that they provided last time, get it in and make sure it works before we go any further. Right, battery in place, button there, and when you push the button, the bulb lights up. So yeah, so far so good. I shall leave that to one side now and continue on with what we've got to do with it. Let's have a look over the page here. We've got to fit the bulb to the diffuser piece, obviously making sure I get it the right way round, because you know you couldn't possibly get things the wrong way round. It's going from the inside towards the outside, and indeed sticking out of the outside a little bit, just like that. Then that all wraps up inside there. Careful not to trap the wire, it says. Yeah. So that's going in there. Still working. Yep, still working, although that switch is not securely attached as yet, but it will be once we put that cover on there. This is then being screwed onto the other two parts on here where we have screws. So does that matter which way round? Oh, it's glowy. No, well, if it does, I've got it right the first time. So that goes on there with 2 AM screws. Let's get 2 of those. This one going through there. Come on, lining up. You know you want to. Oh, I'll turn the light on. Let's turn it back off again. It's one. No, it isn't. It felt like it was going in, but it obviously wasn't, because it came away with the screwdriver. Through there, then that should line up on there, and then that does up in there. There it goes. It's the same the other side, or you know, worse, but the same. There we go. Lined up, screwed down. Make sure there's no wires or anything trapped throughout the build. Just looking ahead to make sure I haven't completely neglected something. I have. I've got this shield cover piece that I haven't put over the top. So let's take that back off and put that back in place. I was thinking that was not quite right. Why have I got that left over? It's because I'm building without following the instructions properly, because I'm too worried about putting them on screen for you lot rather than me actually doing it. So that goes on there. That pushes that backwards some more. And then that all fits into there, just like that. Okay, so then that lines up, that one lines up, so that's the correct way round again. Get that in there, once again, get the screw in the screw hole. Partially done up, and then do the other one on the other side. That one in there. It's going down nicely, so that tightens down fully, and then I can come back and tighten this one down fully. There we go, and check to make sure it still works. It does. It looks lovely. It actually looks a little bit better. There's a little bit lighter on the outside and bright in the centre, just like you want it to be. Then we are going to use the BP screw. I'll put that with my stash. I should tidy them up at the end of the month. I'll get them all into the right bags and cut down the number of bags that I've got. Right, so this is then going to be holding down everything, and the screw bit, the button is going to stick out that hole. So yeah, there we go, that's that. Again, line it all up, tighten it down. And that, as they say, is that. sure the screw's not going to come out of there. So we have reactor. Very cool. It looks nice. It feels, it's got a bit of weight to it. The front bit, as I say, is the only metal involved in there, but that seems to be enough. Let's have a look at the rest of the magazine. The Illuminati. It's strange. I don't remember them being in Iron Man at all, but obviously there's more Iron Man than I know about. So that's quite cool. I shall have a look through that magazine. And that's it. Epic issue, the first one. Who'd have guessed that the first issue would be epic? Yeah. Right. Next issue. One that's less interesting than they have been up till now. The right elbow joint. Yeah, it's got to be done. Not everything can be as epic as building, you know, the helmet, a hand. The foot was not so epic, but, you know, or the arc reactor, in fact. So, yeah, those three are the premium, you know, that's what you really want. An actual entire hand, the arc reactor, and the helmet are the iconic sort of parts. The foot, yeah, he needs feet, but, you know, it lights up, so, but it's not quite. So yeah, the build has to continue. So with issue, what was this, 4? This is 4. So for issue 5, we're building the right elbow joint. So hopefully you're following along. If you're enjoying the build, do leave a like and a comment. If you've got any notes, observations, complaints, anything, so leave them in the comments below on the video, and I shall get back to you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.